What's going on, guys? Liam here, and this is my prediction video. State of Origin, baby. Best time of the year. Absolutely love it. So in this video, guys, I'm going to go over strengths, weaknesses of both teams, how each team can win, and you guys actually have a part in this video. What I want you guys to do is listen to me. Hear me out. Hear what I have to say out. And then at the end of the video, drop in the comments who you think's going to win based off what I've said. Queensland 1 to 12, New South Wales 13 plus, anything like that. Don't just watch this video for 30 seconds and write Queenslander or New South Wales are going to win by 50. But hear me out, guys. Just hear me out. All right, so let's do this thing. But like I said, I'm so excited for this. And man, it's the cool thing about this one. There's a lot of unknowns with the team list being picked. There's a lot of debutants, a lot of vets left out, new guys in. It's going to be crazy. But first thing we need to do whenever we're doing a prediction, you have to check the weather. I know it's boring, but so Wednesday in Adelaide around 8 p.m. is going to be about 14 degrees, relatively fine. Only a little bit of wind and humidity 73. Might be a little slimy out there. We'll have to see. But pretty good conditions for a game of footy. Pretty good conditions. Now let's blast through the teams real quick because I'm sure most people know who's playing, but we'll go through it really quickly. So obviously we have some debutants for Queensland: Walsh, Cobbo, Val Holmes, Hamiso, Tuolungi, Munster and Cherry Evans in the back line. So pretty damn good. And again, a few unknowns here, you know. How's Reece going to go? I guess Hamiso's sort of an unknown, but not really. He's been pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie. In fact, I'd say he's probably the most improved player this year. He's been absolutely brilliant. If he's not, his teammate at the Dolphins is Tommy Gilbert. Now in the 4-pack, Flegler, Hunt, Lindsay Collins for feeder, Tom Gilbert and Paddy Carrigan. I think this is close to the best forward pack assembled by Queensland in a very long time, including their dominant run of 10 years, or 8 in a row, whatever it was. I'm not saying there wasn't good players in that forward pack, but just as a whole, this is a damn good forward pack. I'm very impressed with it. Interchange for Queensland: Harry Grant, Tino, Ruben Cotter and Jai Arrow. New South Wales, the same backline that absolutely destroyed Queensland in 2021. Not many people are talking about that. This is the same forward pack, backline, that put on, 50 was it? Put on 56 game one. Yeah, 50-6. Absolutely blasted. Look, Turbo 3 tries, Trell 2, Tor 2, Cleary 7 goals. Like I said about the Queensland forward pack being the best, this is one of the best backlines assembled at least in the last decade. It's good. And I genuinely do think this back seven's probably better than this back seven. So forward packs now. Now we get to the unknowns for New South Wales. We've got the Pangai Juniors: Coruscant, Haas, Frizzell, Young, Yo. Interchange bands: Paulo, Cam Murray, Liam Martin and Heinze getting his debut. Cannot wait to see. So the unknowns for both teams, we do have Reece Walsh, will Cobbo be able to catch the ball? We've got Tuolungi pretty down on form, to be honest. And then the unknowns for Queensland is this guy right here, it's this guy right here, and to a lesser extent Frizzell. I don't think he's playing quite Origin standard to be in the team, but one thing you can't deny, he turns up every damn week, and that's for damn sure. And I'm sure he'll be just fine. Now the bench for Queensland Blues it's an odd one, but it's if you just forget about form and you look at it, you go, damn, what a bench. But it's more the Murray's been a little down. Liam Martin's barely played. Heinze, we haven't seen him at this level. Paulo's probably the one where you go, yeah, he'll just come on and lumber forward, make some meters, shoot an offload out the back, ball play a little, do his job, sort of thing. So he's probably the one staple in there. But we'll have to wait and see. So essentially, guys, let's go over first how I think Queensland are going to win and how they're going to lose. Let's do that first. All right. Actually, yeah, let's do that first. All right, so how Queensland going to win? It's actually pretty simple. And before I get into this, quick sponsor break, my Pepsi. I'm just joking, it's not sponsored, but Pepsi should sponsor me. I drink enough of your stuff, man. All right, so how did Queensland win this game? It's quite simple. Like I said, this best forward pack I've seen assembled in a minute. It's going to roll forward, get plenty of metres, restrict this forward pack. This guy's going to come on the park at some point in the first half and start getting these guys some nice early ball, and they're going to score plenty of tries. That's how they're going to win. That's just how they're going to win. That's how simple it is. Queensland are great at gang tackling, even when they're probably the best gang tackling. Well, I know it's not a club game, but they're just, even when they've had worse forward packs, it doesn't matter how good a player or how big you are. And that's why I wasn't huge on Ola Kawatu getting picked, because I'm like, yeah, he's big, he's strong, one-on-one. But you put 4 dudes in the tackle, which Queensland do. What can you do? Like we saw Talakai last year, everyone's like, he's going to destroy Queensland. He didn't do anything. He didn't do damn anything. He didn't do a damn thing, because he had 4 blokes sprinting off the line and putting shots on him, putting their body on the line. So that's simply how Queensland are going to win. It's really, really simple. And I can't really explain it anymore. That's literally what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be an arm wrestle and then Reece Walsh is going to do what he does at the Broncos and just create something out of nothing. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Selwyn Cobbo is going to take an intercept and crack the game open. I don't think they're going to need Ben Hunt to do some crazy thing in the last minute of the game like he did last year. It's just not what I think is going to happen. That's how I think they're going to win. They're going to suffocate run meters. And then this guy's going to be creative as hell out of dummy half. And then these guys are great finishers and are going to score if they get half an opportunities. And Harry Grant will probably give them full opportunities. So that's how I think Queensland win. Now, how did Queensland lose? And by the way, going over all this stuff, guys, I'm not talking about injuries. I'm not going to talk about bad reffing calls. I'm not going to talk about HIAs. I'm not going to talk about hip drops. I don't like talking about that stuff. I like talking footy and who's the best players and how they're going to win. I let the other podcasts, Channel 9 and Fox, talk about the hip drops and headshot and sin bins and stuff like that. I'm done with it. I'm done. I want to talk footy, all right? So how they're going to lose. Now, just looking at this, the 2 weaknesses I see in Queensland, and by the way, I actually see way more weakness. I see way more reasons New South Wales can lose this than ways Queensland can lose this. But it's these guys right here. I mean, they can win your game, they can lose your game. If these guys put down ball, I mean, where are we? Look, this is the errors for the year, and this isn't just this year, guys. This was last year too. Reece Walsh and Selwyn Cobbo. Selwyn's looked horrible under end over end high balls, especially when there's pressure. Like, there was a couple games during the year, a few people messaged me about it. Like, Jesus, when someone's bearing down on Selwyn, he almost looks around like he takes his eye off the ball. It's really bad. So a lot of pressure here. He's almost gone for 2 errors a game. Reece Walsh about the same. If these guys have 2 errors each, I mean, an error in Origin is like 3 errors in a club game. It's bad. That can be the ball game, a bad error, because a lot of these games are decided by a try too. Errors lead to tries. It's just the way it is, especially if you're putting the ball down, especially at the back. What are you doing? You're turning the ball over to a really good offensive team. Like I said, one of the best attacking back lines ever assembled on their 20-metre line, on their 10-metre line. And you're probably going to concede straight after it. So this, for me, is crucial. Now, Reece Walsh has more handling errors. He just sometimes just puts the ball down, just has a stinker for whatever reason. I think he's just so good and he's thinking 3 steps ahead that sometimes he just forgets to catch the ball. I don't think he actually has horrible hands. Like, there was one, I think it was last week, might have been the week before, where the ball was dribbling along and it was a hard take. I'm not knock the guy, but it was still his 3rd error in the game. And he went to scoop it up, but he was looking up, he was checking the line, and he was going to step at the same time. I'm like, bro, just calm down, catch the ball first, and then do your thing, sort of thing. So, Origin's about keeping it simple sometimes, and we'll have to wait and see. But if these guys combine for 5 errors, they'll probably lose. It's just the way it is. Selwyn Cobbo is, I believe, definitely a confidence player. If he puts down his first bomb, if Reece puts down his first bomb, we saw him spewing up with nerves before the Magic Round game. If these guys put down early ball, it could be a long night. But Selwyn's a funny one. He's sort of like Corey Oates. You look at how he takes the ball the first time. If he takes it confidently, goes up, boom, catches it and starts running into his stride, he's probably going to have a pretty damn good game, But if he debobbles the first one, You know what I mean? It could be a long night for these guys. But this is the only real flaw I see in this team, because it is a damn good team. Like, this is a very, very good Queensland team. But I really do think this is where they lose the game, if they do lose it, right here. And this is the thing too. Selwyn's the sort of guy. What do you do in the Aboriginal All-Star game, Indigenous All-Star game? He had 4 errors and 4 tries. Oh no, 6 errors and 4 tries, or 5 errors. It was something silly like that. So he can also do that too. But yeah, you don't want that. You want 0 errors or 1 error. 1 error from your back, it's fine. It's when you start going 2, 3, 4. That's when you're in big trouble. So these guys have to hold on to the ball, keep it simple. Reece doesn't need to play like he does at the Broncos for them to win this game. He needs to take the ball, early meters, attack in positions. He doesn't need to try and win the game from the back. That's sort of what I'm saying. From like in poor field position, he doesn't have to try and win the game there. He should try his attacking stuff in offense. Don't try and score 100-meter tries or do these crazy shifts or whatever, when you're in trouble. All right, so that's it. That's it for Queensland. That's how I think they win the game. That's how I think they lose the game. Quite simple for them. New South Wales is a little bit more complicated because there's so many unknowns in their team. But that's how Queensland win. That's how Queensland lose. And I'll back that one in. I almost guarantee that's what's going to happen. Now, for New South Wales, how are they going to win it? How are they going to lose it? Now, look, I've already gone over their back 7. I think we know what we're going to get from those guys. How they win this game, like I said, these guys can't do anything if these guys aren't doing anything. Okay, so now we'll go over the unknowns first. So the strange picks. So we've got Tavita, we've got Tyson, we've got Hudson Young in the team. Now, these guys can't really win the game for New South Wales, but they could damn sure lose it for them. If they silly penalties, errors, like head explosions, like poor defensive reads, you know what I mean? If they tackle poorly, miss tackles, give penalties, stuff like that, these guys could genuinely lose New South Wales game. That's what I believe. Again, these guys here don't really have to do much. All these guys here have to do is not play bad to give these guys here a shot. Okay, so DeVito just needs to win the collision, play the ball. He doesn't need to offload, doesn't need to do anything silly. Stay as fresh as he can, tackle hard, run hard, and that's it. That's all he has to do. He doesn't need to do anything crazy. Tyson Frizzell, that's what he does. He's pretty damn good at it, and I think he will do it. Hudson Young, the same as DeVito. No silly penalties, no poor defensive reads, no slipping off tackles, win the collision, defense, offense, and you're fine. That's all they have to do. So these guys really don't have to do much. I know everyone's like, it's such a strange pick, but they also have, if they do that stuff, then this guy here, who's, he's crafty as hell, man. He'll get these guys doing their thing real quick. So hopefully, Freddie's just telling these guys to do exactly what I just said, because that's all they need to do. He doesn't have to be a hero. This guy doesn't have to be man of the match for New South Wales to win the game. Okay, very, very simple. Now, this guy here, there's a lot on this guy's shoulders too. I've been critical of him and also give him massive praise. I genuinely think week in, week out, this guy is the best prop in the game. But we've seen it before, and the reason why I've been slightly critical of him, and the only reason I am is because I hold him to such a high standard. I know how good I know he can be the best prop in the game, but the reason why I've never given his bickies is I haven't seen it at Origin. I haven't seen it even in big club games. Last week against Penrith, was it the week before? His meters were down 30-40%. Now, if we have a look at his stats here, where are they? If we look at his meters here, so he's leading the league in meters, post-contact meters. As far as actual meters go, he's coming 6th. He's coming 5th, but on average, he's getting 190 meters a game, which is just brilliant for a prop. And look, everyone else is pretty much back 3 sort of thing. This one here doesn't count either because he's played one game and just had a blinder. Congratulations to you last night too. You played brilliantly, man. Great. But yeah, he's destroying everyone. With again, Moga 2 games doesn't really count. Corey Oates 3 games doesn't really count. Sort of thing. So as you can see, his meters, he's just absolutely blasting it. But let's go back to State of Origin game 1 last year. I can't look up the stats on here for some reason. It won't let me slide over. But if we look at Payne Hart, and they're not bad stats from last year, but 143 metres. Like, that's dramatically down. And again, it's not bad, but you can't... Give me... Payne has to run for 200 in this game. He just does. He has to run for 200 in this game. And again, like, it's not like he was... 140 is fine. It's not horrible, but... You know, he got done by... Like, Kurt Capewell ran for more metres than him last year. Reuben Cotter, about the same. Felice... Oh, no, not Felice. Who was the other one? There was someone else. Lindsay Collins, about the same. Pat Garrigan ran for way more metres than Payne Haas last year. You can't... You know what I mean? You can't have 4 blokes in another team running for more metres than your best metre eating prop. It's just... That's just not going to work. Payne has to go for a minimum his club average, which is 190. I want to see Payne over 200. It's just what I think it has to happen for them to do this thing. So, yeah, big game for thing. And this is what I sort of said about Payne. You can't... Bully's probably the wrong word, but he does. When a 4-pack's flimsy, he will bully them and destroy them and just run through them. But I sort of said this, like, to use a boxing term, you can go undefeated through your amateurs and destroy a bunch of sort of unranked guys, but you can't, just because you beat those guys better than other fighters did, until you beat the champ, until you dominate on that level, you're not that. You know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to Payne having a huge game here, and I'd really want him to run for 200 metres. It'd be brilliant, and hopefully he can do it, man, because... I'm telling you now, New South Wales, these guys are going to bring it. Payne has to dominate. Payne has to be the best forward on the park for New South Wales to win. That's my personal opinion. If he's not the best forward in the park, yeah, it's going to be a tough night for New South Wales. It really is, because Tavita's, I mean, he's not a big metre eater. I mean, luckily, you know, Teddy, you know, great metre. Addo-Carr's pretty good for his size as well, but not a known metre eater, but it's not what he's there for, really. But yeah, so that's really what I think has to happen for New South Wales to win, sort of thing. Now, how do they lose? Unfortunately, I see a lot of ways they lose. All the stuff I said they can't do. If Pangai comes on, loses his head, penalties, dumb offloads, does all that sort of stuff, they're going to lose. If Payne Haas doesn't go for that minimum of that 180 metre mark, I don't think they win. If Tyson Frizzell, poor defensive reads, if we're not calling his name through the game, great run, great tackle Frizzell. You know, if we're not hearing the commentators say that a lot, great run from Frizzell. You know, I wish Ray Warren was. Origin's not the same without Ray Warren. I don't think Hudson Young again. The same thing. Great run from Hudson Young. Great tackle from. That's what we want to be hearing. That's all we need to be hearing, and that's what has to happen. And if those things don't happen from these guys ain't doing anything, let alone putting 50. You know, that's really where I think the game's won and lost. Because these guys here, I'm not too sure how they're going to be injected, so I can't really factor them in. And Nico Hines, again, I don't know how he's going to get played, so I can't really factor him in. So that's really how I see New South Wales winning this thing is here, because we know what these guys are going to do. Like, if they get pit field position and fast play the balls. Like, and I'm not talking shit. I dare say, if this pack dominates this pack, I honestly think this could be a 20-plus game. I don't, probably not, but like, it could. Like, it genuinely could, guys. This is how good this back line is. I don't think people... Go back, watch Game 1 of State of Origin 2021, and you'll be like, damn, that's right. Like, watch what this dude does. It's even this dude, man. This dude's crazy. So that's what I'm sort of thinking. But it's tough. It's really tough. Now, just let's just go over some big advantages for each team that I don't necessarily could break open the game or not, but it's more just Harry Grant coming on is such a huge advantage. It really is. And the reason why I think Queensland's forward bench is quite a bit better than New South Wales. It's not that I think that these players are heaps better than these players. I really don't. Like, they almost do cancel each other out. Like, these are both great props that kill it each week. Liam Martin is. You watched him last year for Australia. He's brilliant. You know what I mean? And Nico Hines has probably been just as well. He's probably been better than Harry Grant's been for. I'm not saying he's a better player, but Nico Hines has probably been better for Cronulla and has more impact on Cronulla win games than Harry Grant does. I might be wrong, but this dude's amazing. He's so good. But we don't know how he's going to get played. We do know how Harry Grant's going to get played. He's going to wait. They're going to wait for this pack to get bashed up. He's going to come on when they're tired. So, and we could see a cosmic shift in the game when Harry Grant comes on. Will we see a cosmic shift when Nico Hines comes on? I don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We really will. Another just huge discrepancy I definitely do see is like Cam Munster on Luai. Like Cam Munster is just such a game breaker. Luai to me is like, people begin Luai shit. Like I genuinely really like him as a player. I do think Nico Hines is a better player, but as just straight in the 6 role, his combinations with the other Penrith boys, and when you are on top and your forwards are moving forward, like go watch what he did for Samoa. Samoa had a beast forward pack. He was like he's one of those guys. He's not going to create something out of nothing, or he can, but he's not. You know, Munster can literally create. Yeah, like this forward pack will not be going forward, and he'll still do something. If this forward pack's not going forward and they're getting pumped, Luai's probably less likely to do something. But if you go watch the Samoa through the World Cup and watch when that Samoan forward pack was rolling forward, he shredded up. He was so damn good, and people have forgotten about that too. So, but having said that, his game really does rely on these guys, whereas this guy's doesn't. This guy can create something out of nothing. So if there's a real arm wrestle going on, that's when I expect Munster to sort of stand up and really take the game by the throat. But yeah, that's it, guys. So I'll give my pick in 1 second, but let's just like quickly recap. So Queensland forward pack's beast, and how they're going to win. They're going to roll through the middle. They're going to restrict meters, and then these guys are going to play off the back. Well, this guy's going to come on, play off the back of it, and get these guys early ball. That's how they win. New South Wales, these guys have to not get bullied, have to smack, they just have to win the collision. This guy has to run for a bunch of meters and let these guys do their thing, okay? They don't have that cosmic shift coming off the bench. We really don't know how this guy's going to be played, so it's all on these guys right here. You know, it's all on these guys. But it's a little bit different. Let's say these guys do their job and these guys aren't just at least holding their own. This guy can come on and still do something, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. And I just don't see that on the New South Wales bench. Or maybe after this game we're saying, man, didn't Nico Hines come on and make a big difference? But we just haven't seen it yet. We know Harry Grant's going to come on and make a difference. It's just the way it is. So, and that's how it's going to go down. I really do. I don't see it going down any other way. I really don't. Now, so like I said, guys, after what I've said, drop it in the comments. What do you think? Who's going to win by how much? And bring it on. Now, for me, I genuinely want New South Wales to win this one, just because Game 2's in Queensland. That's going to be tough. And I actually, this is what I want New South Wales to win this one. I want Queensland to win Game 2, and I want to sit Game 3 in New South Wales. All on the like, that's what I want. So I genuinely want New South Wales to win this game. Like, I really do. The other thing I really want is their refs to just keep the whistles in their pockets. No dirty stuff from either team. Just run hard, tackle hard, and just no. I don't want anyone to see the ref on the park. Okay, I just want this to get played out. Having said that, my actual picks, just based off stats and data and all that sort of stuff. Let's have a quick look too. So, yeah, cool. Just going off what I've told myself. I think there's too many ways New South Wales can lose this game, and I think there's too many ways Queensland can win this game. I don't think there's enough ways Queensland can lose this game. I think it really just hinges on ball security. You know what I mean, for them. Whereas there's just a lot of unknowns in New South Wales. There really is. Now, I genuinely think New South Wales can win this game. I really do. Like, I actually think this is a really good team. And I dare say, like I said, these unknowns, I actually think they're going to be pretty damn good. But just because they're unknowns, I really think this is Queensland's game to lose. I just do. So for my pick, just try to strip away all the bias. just be a complete fence sitter, neutral. I think Queensland win 1-12. It's just, having said that, I really want New South Wales to win this thing. I really want to see Cleary have a big game. I want to see Payne Haas stand up and be the best prop in the league. I want to see, Nico Hines come on and just damage. I actually really want to see this. But just based off what I see and what I've seen from these guys week in, week out, and their previous Origin performances, I think Queensland have too many ways to lose, too many ways to win, not enough ways to lose. Queensland, New South Wales, only a couple ways to win and a few ways to lose. That's the way I'm looking at it now. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because I really want New South Wales to win this. And either way, it's going to be awesome. So let's pray to the footy gods that I'm wrong. And pray that these guys come out and blast through the middle. And New South Wales get that dub so we can go to a game 3. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully a happy man.